What is going on, guys? Ride or drive, doing some mods here to the Kawasaki. Anyhow, I'm gonna do some LED upgrades. I've already upgraded these with LEDs, as you can barely see them, and I also did the clear lens on these, on both of them. I do have the clear lens for the rear, but there is an issue when you do LEDs all the way around. You get hyper flash, and that's what I'm having right now, is the hyper flash. So I did buy a regulator to help the hyper flash. Now my understanding is if you do LEDs all the way around, in other words, the front and the rear, you will have another issue and all lights will flash like if they're in a hazard mode. So the way to defeat that is you swap out, I believe it's this little bulb in there with a different type of bulb. It's very extensive. I don't feel like doing it, but I'll show you how the LEDs look. So for today, I decided to try some Bright Star LEDs, and these are switchbacks, and it's going to be yellow and amber. So it's going to light up daytime running light amber, and yellow rather, and then it's going to swap to an amber color. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this lens, which is two little screws right here, and then I'm going to pop out the LED, and then we should install these and we'll see the difference. So let me go ahead and turn on. As you can see, I get the hyper flash on both of them, but I'm going to try to eliminate that by using, hang on a second, see if I can grab it. This little module here, this is called the Afik, Afik, I don't know how to pronounce this crap. Anyhow, so this is going to be a regulator that's going to go where the turn signal is, and that should eliminate the hyper flash for the LEDs. Like I said, if I do the full LEDs, it's not really going to work because it's gonna be a complete mess. So the regulator itself, here it is. It's a 2-prong, and I'm going to install this onto my Kawasaki Vulcan, and it should help me with my hyper flash. But in addition, before I do that, I'm going to swap out to the Bright Star LEDs, which are going to be yellow and amber. Yellow running lights and amber turn signals. So let's go ahead and get these on, and I'll come back in the video and I'll show you exactly how they work out. Hey guys, so I got the LED in, and it is very bright, which that's exactly what I was looking for. Kind of like the JDM yellow, and it's still hyper flashing obviously, but that's what I was looking for. So there's the way it works, and that is going to be a lot more brighter where I can be seen in the daytime. I'm going to install the other one and put the clear lens back on, and then we're going to go ahead and install the relay and see if that fixes my hyper flash. I'll be back. Alright guys, upon installing these things, one thing I have to stress is there is a little O-ring here, a rubber seal, that's going to protect it from water getting in. So make absolutely sure that you do have that rubber seal. Now these are a little bit longer than the regular bulbs, so it's kind of difficult to kind of stick them in there and turn them without this kind of like jacking itself loose. So that's one thing that I will stress on these. But other than that, the install is pretty simple. Just makes absolutely sure that that rubber grommet, that this rubber piece is in there, because if not, when it rains, you're going to have water seep in there. That's not what you want. Let me put this on and I'll continue with everything else. Alright guys, so this is the complete install. I can automatically tell it's much more brighter than the amber. My only issue right now, of course, I'm going to try to fix that, is the hyper flash, but there you go. The switchback feature does work, which is pretty cool. Now Bright Star does make blue They make a white and they make a yellow. So I went with the yellow, and hopefully I'll be better, easier to see at night. So let's go ahead and try to fix the hyper flash by taking the relay, and hopefully that'll fix my issue with the hyper flash. It does hyper flash on the back also, because of the fact that the bulb has a different it's a different load than the stock bulbs, so that's going to make it a little bit different, and that's what causes the hyper flash, because the bike thinks that one of the bulbs is out. Let's go ahead and try to fix that right now. Alright guys, so I did get the relay in. It's a little bit difficult to find, but this is the stock relay, and it did fix my hyper flash. The problem is, don't throw this away, it's kind of hard to get to. I got a clusterfuck of wires here, but this is the connector. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. I might even put a flashlight on it. That way you guys could get a better look at this. But the relay is actually hard to find. It's going to be on the left side. Like I said, it's a little cube and it's one little connector. So there's the cable. You see that white connector? The cable is down there and it just sits down there. So now what I have to do, now that I got the aftermarket, I'm just going to stick this down there somehow and get it out of the way. But you can mount this somewhere if you choose to do so. I'm just probably going to stick it down there. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but that's basically it. So that did fix my hyper flash. Turn this on. As you can see, it's not hyper flashing anymore. So that did fix my issue. So no more hyper flash. That's exactly what I needed. So that worked out pretty good. So once again, I would probably keep the stock relay, but that relay is going to be a black cube, and it's going to be kind of towards this side of the battery. Here's the battery. Like I said, I got a lot of wires here. I got to clean this up, but it's going to be on the left side, and you disconnect it and you plug it in, and that should solve your issue with the hyper flash. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.